Okay, what's good everyone on YouTube? This is Very Militant Man. Welcome to part 13 of my Fallout 3 modded Let's Play. From here on out, my unofficial Fallout 3 patch has been replaced with an updated version in the middle of the Let's Play because I had no way to exit Rivet City after entering it once, and I need to update the patch. So if you're going to be seeing any visual glitches or people missing clothes they should have, that's why. It was meant to be started with a fresh playthrough. Doing it in the middle of the run is going to cause issues, but it's better to be able to play the game and deal with that than it is to not. So, last time we completed Mothership Zeta, and I have no further inclination to play any DLC for the time being, so we're just going to continue going to Canterbury Commons, which I discovered via being taken here by another carrier wagon.
Are you all right? You aren't hurt, are you? I'd like to apologize for the rude welcome. Those two have been a bit of a problem lately. Name's Rowe. Uncle Rowe to most. Welcome to Canterbury Commons. For what that's worth.
So who on earth... Well, it used to be pretty common considering there was just war in your streets.
That must be the 20th time I've seen those two go.
You seem pretty calm.
There are problem citizens, the Mechanist and the Ant Agonizer. A while ago, we were attacked by the Ant Agonizer. That woman with the ants, obviously. The Mechanist saved the town with his robots. That was all well and good, but I swear their fights are getting bigger and it's been driving off the merchants. They simply won't leave.
Alright, I might be able to help them.
Oh, that's
well, I might be able to help. Yeah, so that's the Ant Agonizer and her arch rival, the Mechanist.
Find where the Ant Agonizer and the Mechanist hide and convince them to stop or otherwise end their hostility, and you'll earn 200 caps. You only need to stop one of them, really. Nowadays, I think they only stay in Canterbury to fight each other.
Alright, throw that and you got yourself a deal.
You drive a hard bargain, friend.
I have the speech, so I can actually get you to talk about this.
You've got a deal, but I expect results.
And you're good for it because you're the king of the merchant caravans.
We already have plenty of would-be heroes starting wars in our streets. We don't need another.
Let me ask you about them then.
If it'll help, I'm glad to.
What are you talking about the Ant Agonizer?
One day there was a crazy woman leading a bunch of ants into town. She said humanity was dead and the ants would inherit the earth, stuff like that. Well, that gave Dom plenty of time to line up a shot or two on the ants. She ran away, but every once in a while she'd stage an attack again. She wasn't much of a threat then. In fact, she was sort of entertaining at first. Gave everyone in town something to talk about. But when the Mechanists started fighting her, things got bad. Ants are easy to shoot, but add robots with lasers, it got real nasty. So
that's actually a pretty realistic thing to think about. Someone who can control the mutant wildlife in the Commonwealth might sound like a big deal. But when people are used to being heavily armed to deal with those very same animals, it's not as threatening as it looks. You might be able to get away with that in something like... Maybe someplace like Megaton, I suppose, since you only really have Lucas Sims and Jericho for protection, but a place like Canterbury Commons where everyone regularly carries firearms because they have to traverse for trade reasons, it's not that much of a threat. Robots, though, can mess us up big time. So what do you think about the Mechanist?
The Mechanist used to be our town mechanic, Scott Walensky. Quiet guy, but plenty fierce with a wrench and some solder. Guy used to take care of a robot that protected the town until it got torn up in one of the Ant Agonizer's lame little attacks. I guess he took it personal because he made a mechanical suit and called himself the Mechanist, said he would lead a robot army to fight her. Now he doesn't even respond to his name, and his robot army is more dangerous to the town than the ants ever were.
But let me look at it like this. If you were able to make robots like this, those Mesmetrons, why wouldn't it have been a better idea to just use them to defend the town from raider attacks instead of wasting your time pretending to be a superhero? Like, okay, I like the Mechanist. I played Fallout 4. You guys who have seen my Fallout 4 Let's Play already know how much I like superhero battling with the Mechanist. But in this context, my main character is a vault dweller who has no context for them instead of like someone from the past who was familiar with superhero tropes. Nothing else that can help me stop them.
My nephew Derek might know more about them. I swear it's all I can do to keep him from running into the fight whenever they come out. He might know more about where you can find them, but don't encourage the poor boy. He's had enough close calls.
Alright, enough about them.
Heartily agree.
What can you tell about Canterbury Commons?
Ha! Damn near everything, I suspect. I founded the place myself, and I'm the reason this place stays fat and happy.
So why did the traders come here?
Because I asked them to, I suspect. I grew up in these trade caravans, known most of them my whole life. I founded this place with my sister Daisy back in the day. Perfect stop along the caravan circuit.
How organized are they, dude?
They're just small caravans that make rounds through the wastes, hawking their wares from Paradise Falls to Rivet City. They won't trade with anyone who's hit their friends, but that's about as organized as they get.
Have you thought about organizing them into a unified group, then?
I had thought about it, but some of these wasteland traders, well, they aren't exactly the organizational type. It'd take a pretty savvy businessman to make it worth their while to work together.
So this is the reason I wanted to talk to Uncle Ro in the first place, because that's a real shame. I have all these caps somewhere to spend them. Seriously, I don't. Especially with this mod reducing the amount of caps in all the vendors.
Caps. It really would be a shame for those to go to waste, wouldn't it? I suppose I can call in a few favors with the caravans, talk with them about their inventory. Must keep the customers happy, right? So you just let me know what you'd like to see from the caravans, and I'll let them know what to focus on.
So let's talk about weapons.
Then you'd be looking for Lucky Harith, adventurer, martial artist, and occasional collector of the most deadly items known to mankind. He's a bit of an eccentric, but he deals in more weaponry than you can shake a sharp stick at. In fact, he's probably got a sharp stick, too.
Well, you should expand his inventory, then.
Harith's got quite a lot of weapons, but I'm sure he could improve his stock. An investment of 200 caps should see to that nicely.
Oh, yeah. No problem. If you have the Master Trader perk, or at least 70 barter, you can cut this price in half. Enough about that.
Sure thing.
The armor
I
want.
man Crow handles most armor and clothing out on the trail. He grew up a tribal, but he
this is actually an unmarked quest where you can increase the inventory of the 4 caravan merchants you see in the Commonwealth. I mean, not the Commonwealth, the capital wasteland. Jesus Christ.
Investment of say 200 caps. Excellent. I'll send word.
And by doing this, you not only improve the inventory that you can
sure thing.
That you can buy from these caravans, but more importantly, the amount of caps they have in their at a time increases permanently, which means they can have up between 1,100 to 1,400 caps after you're done upgrading your inventories.
200 caps for him to offer higher quality material. Excellent. I'll send word to the good doctor right away. Sure thing. That'd be Crazy Wolfgang. He does repairs.
And Crazy Wolfgang does repairs, so he's probably the one of the dudes we want to talk to the most, to be honest.
He says he's overjoyed to assist those who have a deep need for his junk. He's just like that.
Yeah, I can see why he would use that word.
With an investment of about 200 caps, I'm sure he
So what we're going to be doing here first is expand the inventories of Crazy Wolfgang for the repairs. And then expand the inventory of the dude who gives us healing.
At this point, it would require another pack.
So far, we spent about 800 caps upgrading inventory, and we came here for about 1,800. 500 caps.
Isn't it, though? I'll inform Wolfgang immediately.
Alright, enough about
Sure
that.
thing. Interested in any of the other traders?
I should have just enough to expand weapons.
Then you'd be looking for luck. If Harith were a less reputable man, I'm sure he could use his armory to collect even more weapons. But he's a merchant, not a raider, so it's legitimate means only. Like a legitimate investment of 500 caps. Pricey, but worth it. Perhaps you can do so later. Sure. All right. Good luck.
Alright then. So, Caravan Guard. Oh, look at that.
Yes?
Lucky Harith.
Ah, a fellow student on the path of the wasteland. Welcome to my humble caravan. Please relax, for we are in a place of safety. The type of safety that can only be ensured by an abundance of weaponry, both wicked and awesome. All of which can be yours for the right price.
So about your trade, Caravan.
See, the world's a dangerous and unbalanced place. So I realized the only way to bring peace was to make sure that everyone could be dangerous. So, with a little bit of help from the mayor of Canterbury Commons, I set up this caravan. I can't give the weapons away for free, but I come close.
So I'm here to buy there.
Please, enjoy my selection of high-quality problem solvers.
So yeah, basically I just sell the alien weapons I don't need. As well as any ammunition on hand that I don't use.
Another satisfied customer. Keep your skill.
Now we're going to explore and try to find... I guess we're going to go find that Derek kid and see if we can get any information from him.
Hey there.
Joe Porter. That's fine. That Derek kid. Ready for it, Lucy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. We're mercenaries then. So gotta go hold on. So he's not mercenaries then. So you're mercenaries then. No. Mercenary works where you... So good at that. We're not guns for hire. It's just that but look, whatever you're at. Okay, fine. Derek.
Oh man, did you see it? Did you see it? The antagonizer was all like, "Fear me," but the Mechanist was all, "Stop, evildoer."
Yeah, this is more in character. Are these Jokers for real? What's up with the silly costumes?
No way, they're awesome, and their suits are really cool too. The antagonizer's got this army of ants, and the Mechanist has an army of robots, and then they fight. But my uncle never lets me watch them. He says it's dangerous. This is serious business, Derek.
Those guys must really liven the place up, huh? Anyone else get hurt?
You think they're neat too, huh? It's not like they ever hurt anyone. Well, not like really badly hurt or anything. Dom and Machete make sure that everyone gets inside when they fight like that. Though sometimes I sneak out to watch. The traders and the slavers and the raiders, they don't like the antagonizer or the Mechanist. They say they're bad for business. But that's dumb.
Now, the slavers and the raiders can bite me, but if it's interrupting trade, that's going to be interesting. So, what do you know about them, personally?
You mean the superheroes? Yeah.
Okay, whoa. The antagonizer doesn't sound like a superhero, nor does she have a superhero name. What can you tell me about her?
I don't know much about her, except she really, really doesn't like people. That's kind of cool. I mean, sometimes people are jerks. I think her lair is somewhere in the caves to the north of the city. I've seen her ants down there once in a while. Joe Porter said he found out something about her, but my uncle won't let him tell me. He says, don't encourage the poor boy.
The Mechanist.
I knew the Mechanist back when he was just a normal hero. He used to be called Scott. Then he fixed up stuff around town. But one day, the antagonizer killed his favorite robot, and I told him he ought to fight back against her like a real superhero. Ever since then, he's been up on his forge in the back of the robot shop on the hill, working to protect us all from the antagonizer.
Anything can help me stop them, though.
No way! Don't stop them, they're awesome! Unless maybe you're going to be a superhero too. You could be called Super Humongous and fight them with an army of super mutants.
Jesus Christ. If I could command an army of super mutants. Alright, that's enough about them then.
Well, okay. Say hi to the Mechanist for me.
So, this is a little silly, but I'm going to have to... I already know exactly where the Mechanist would be. So, best way to think about... So I'm actually going to see if I can still follow him on the map. I don't know. Huh. And it's basically just going to be a really long trek, because I really don't know what else I'm going to be doing. Oh, one thing I do need to do, though, is get my power armor repaired. Because all that fighting and dying that I had to edit out of my... Let's Play in the last section of Mothership Zeta took a toll on it. So he's in the Robot Repair Center. Okay. Like, no lockpicking here, so we're gonna have to fight in the old-fashioned way. How much DR do you even have? Okay, that's still 35 DR, which isn't a big deal, especially since combined fire damage resistant cybernetics perks. It's should keep us going for a bit, but those mesmetrons, robo brains hurt. There's a reason I went to get stim packs. Now that I think about it, I actually kind of look like a supervillain myself going after the main hero. Critical hit from that. I should take care of you. Alright, also, the fact that you're making robo-brains out of crap you find in the junkyard, Mechanist. At least your successor in the Commonwealth Wasteland had access to a secret laboratory that I don't know. You're literally making these. A robo-brain is a really big deal. What's a robo? A robo-brain? Forge. They sound delusional. So, they sound a little delusional to me. They sound having fun. Shoot. The Mechanist Forge, which all right. All right, give me a second. Alright. So, I'm not giving up, guys. I'm not. And the fact that I'm being encouraged by people. Oh, man. 30. No one's gonna that, and people are not really entitled. But okay. So, here we are. I will admit this is a pretty cool thing. This is really cool, I will admit.
Sir, searching for targets.
I'm guessing the elaboration is because look at how much door someone would have to blast through in order to actually find the lair with brute force. I can understand why this is about. Alright then. Oh god.
What are you doing in here? How did you get past my defenses? Did the antagonizer send you? Speak now.
I like your diction, sir. You actually do sound like you would be a good superhero if you were good at superheroing. I'm just here to talk. We can find a peaceful way to stop the fighting.
I realize you mean well, but I'm afraid you're being naive. The antagonizer is a madwoman, and the only thing that will stop her is force. As much as I wish peace were an option, the antagonizer is too deluded, too inhuman to listen to reason. Sadly, sometimes the scaly claw of tyranny must be destroyed by the cold, unfeeling pincers of justice.
Defying size more trophy than the antagonists ever did.
Is that true? Have I really become a bigger problem for the town than her? Am I really the villain here? Does this mean I should stop myself? I guess I could just give up my suit and stop being the Mechanist. But I couldn't face the town after causing that much trouble. Here, please, take the suit.
One
I don't want to think about
persuasive conversation.
Am I really the villain here?
Oh, jeez. Alright. Now we can find the antagonizer, if we feel like it. Where in the world did I get this?
RL3 is ready for... RL3 comes equipped with everything a good soldier needs, but your RL3 can assist in carrying equipment if needed.
Alright, so check this out. +1 endurance, but minus charisma. That's pretty much... That's really telling, basically. Oh, so this is what we can do. Okay. Power and repair kit. Need a Braxo cleaner. It's interesting. Alright. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's cool. Workbench bonus removed. That's how that works. Okay. Now for the antagonizer. So this map will show us where the caravan merchants will go each and every time you want to trade with them. Right. Let's see here.
Hey, move.
Same guy's still here, so what I'm gonna do now is let's see. DuPont station, baby. So the reason we're going to be going here is to trade whichever caravan decide to show up here.
Thirsty partner.
Doc Hoff. Oh, hey, everyone's here.
Traveler.
Cool.
You look like a traveler in need of relaxation and the finest of chemical assistance. Well, wander no more, my good friend, for I am Doc Hoff, procurer of the finest of medical goods and chemical assistance. Now, how may I help you?
Tell me more about what you provide for me, Doc.
Food, drinks, and discreet chemicals to discerning customers around the wasteland. I help ease the suffering of my fellow man. For a price. I don't have a home office exactly, but I organize much of my trade with Ernest Rowe in Canterbury Commons.
All right, then. Let's buy.
Tell me what you need, and maybe I've got your fix.
Nuka grenades, schematics, stim packs. All right. That's one drone cannon gone.
Thanks.
Try Moriarty.
Looking to trade?
Coldest drinks 2 months capital.
Welcome, sir or madam, to Crazy
And this is Crazy Wolfgang.
Junk Store, the depot of detritus, the shop of slop, and the caravan of crap. Now
this is a guy we invested 500 caps into, so basically a total of 700 caps for you. What are you actually offering me,
scour the
sir?
wasteland for the very best pieces of trash, the height of detritus, and the veritable pick of the litter.
This guy's fun. He sounds like he knows exactly how to attract customers. Well, I mean, he sells literal junk, so he really needs to be the best at making a sales pitch.
Crazy Wolfgang's got just what you need, assuming you need the random junk that I've got.
I can sell you my drone cannon. The second drone cannon I've got. Alright. Alright, that's it. Yeah.
Another satisfied customer. See you out on the road.
Hey there.
Eating right? Hope so.
With all of that fighting, I never did get... Welcome to Canterbury,
All right.
home of traders, caravanners, and most of all of excellent bargains. Here for business or pleasure?
Alright, okay, what types of business do you have here?
Damn near all of them, depending on which caravan's in town. Guns, armor, food, junk. Pretty much everyone swings by the old circle eventually. Everyone but slavers, that is. It's a hassle to transport their wares, as they say. Just as well, eh? Anything else I can do to welcome you to town?
Alright, I'm gonna go to... I don't know what the Ant Agonizer's entire... You know what? It feels like the Mechanist was the bigger issue. And I don't want to ruin the kids' fun, so we're gonna... Yeah, take care of the Mechanist. There'll be more fighting streets.
Excellent. Without him, the Ant Agonizer should be on her way, and Canterbury Commons is safe again. Relatively speaking, of course. Now, I do believe this is our agreed-upon payment for your fine services rendered. Thank you once again.
Alright, so about the trade caravans then?
Sure thing. Which one would you like to talk about?
Now I've got 500 caps for him.
Investment in weaponry is usually returned in short order, after all. I'll inform Harith. That simply isn't feasible, I'm afraid. Harith's gear already rivals
Okay.
armies. Anything further would
So that's what happens when you go any further. That's fine.
Sure thing.
Now we'll go for armor.
Our man Crow, he grew up at... Crow's armor is already rather extensive, but I'm sure it could be even
We can't go any further than this because I don't...
one-time
Well, we
investment
should be able to...
500
We,
caps.
with that 400 plus caps we got, we should be able to upgrade
Here's
the
an
rest of the
intel.
inventory.
I'll send this right along to Crow. Sure thing. At this point, it would be hard. Say 500.
Okay,
cash
I thought I
suffice
already
to
did it.
offer a whole cornucopia of pharmacopoeia.
Yeah, that's good.
Isn't it though? I'll send.
Yep,
this right
we
along.
just had enough, thanks to you.
As much as it hurts me to say it, there's really only so.
That's fine.
Sure thing.
Odds and ends?
I'm sure Crazy Wolfgang would. At the moment, Wolfgang's anything more, and he'll.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we are done with the traders.
All right.
Anything to trade around here?
You can usually find one of the trade caravans at the entrance to town. They come through every day or two. Other than them, Porter's always got food for sale down at the diner. We used to have a better mechanic, but that didn't work out, so...
Yeah, I figured.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, another thing is that by upgrading the merchants, all of their repair skills also increase. With 58, that can be decent if you got to him at a low level, but as of right now, it's not sufficient for anything. So, with that taken care of, we're going to go back to Megaton, sleep for 3 days, and refresh the... Well, actually, what I'm going to be doing is... Yeah. This video is still surprisingly short, so I'm going to figure out something else to do. Oh. Actually, it's not that short. We're approaching 41 minutes. So, what I'm actually going to do is head back to my place in Megaton. Then I'm going to rest up and sleep. Then I'm going to deposit my inventory. Then I'm going to go and see what I can do about making even more money off those caravans we just upgraded. And that'll all happen off screen because of the simple fact that it's going to take a while to do all that.
RL3 comes equipped with everything a good soldier needs, but your RL3 can assist in carrying...
Alright. So, alright then. Now we're going to go sleep for 3 days. Okay. Alright. So anyway, after 3 days, the stock of every merchant in the game restocks. And depending on things like how often you come to them, or more importantly, how much money you give them every time you visit them for some reason, how many caps they have for sale also increases.
What's happening?
So we're just gonna see right outside who's actually waiting for us to buy something. I'm not mad though. But it's an infinite amount of experience.
Welcome.
Oh, the doctor's still here. We'll talk to him.
investor arrives at last.
Yeah.
This line of work doesn't allow for much sentiment, but how could I not offer you some material token of my thanks? In that case, here.
This is what happens when we invest 500 into every merchant. They'll give you free stuff depending on what they sell. We got 5 sim packs, so I'm here to buy.
Let's see what the good doctor has in his magic bag, shall we?
Unfortunately, you don't have anything for me.
Cheers.
Evening.
Cut it out.
Please stand clear
Evening.
of the gate.
Hey there.
But you can more or less expect that every time you walk up to one of the caravan guards from now on. So I think that's enough content for this video, frankly speaking. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for your patience. Remember to pay and invest in your caravans.